you can do that when the chair allowed you to. But anyway, go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. Senator Pacquiao. Okay. Kasi I wanna give you a sense of what can happen in the country if we can take care of the environment. That's one thing I wanna do. The other thing I wanna do is I wanna also give you a report of what we have done so far in the 8 months that I have been in charge. Because I'm not just about mining, no? We've stopped illegal logging, we've reviewed all the ECCs. And then, sir, I also want to be able to share with you the plan for should the mines which I have asked to close be closed. I would like to show it. I don't know if
how long will it take that? Okay, 15 minutes. Tony Bueno. Sige, 15. Yeah. Okay, maximum 15. I'll go really fast. Okay, I think 10 minutes is enough.
Mr. Chairman, with due respect, we should allow the nominee to make a presentation. You say, you know.
Okay.
What's the problem?
Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Salimbangon, Congressman Salimbangon is recognized.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, I just want to explain the miss. Actually, it was upon the request of the member of the House, Congresswoman Sandy Ocampo, to just proceed with the question and answer in view of the fact that the presentation was not really very clear. But now that it's clear, I think there is no reason to
okay, just resume your visual presentation.
Thank you very much. I'll drink water with her.
Before that, acknowledge the presence of Senator Ricto.
Okay, so I'm not just about mining. I want to build development models in this country which show that we can get our country out of poverty, and I want to do it in record time. I mean, I've told people, if I don't make a difference in 2 years, I can go. No? But let me try. So in the last 8 months, we have formed a task force made by the AFP, the DILG, the DOTR, the PNP, PCG, DOJ, and DNR. And is Art Valdez here? Where's Art? Art, can you stand up? Okay, Art Valdez is my USEC for the environment, and he's done a splendid job. He's my action man. And okay, so in the span of the 8 months, we have been able to close 50 quarries in Mount Banahaw, apprehending 14 people, 10 trucks, and 2 backhoes. And as a result of that, the DNR MGB director was immediately terminated. I want to say that I have adopted the Duterte policy of one strike out. I have zero tolerance for corruption and zero tolerance for corruption. And if there's anyone there that's, who's corrupt, you just let me know, no? Because DNR has so much money. I mean, I'm shocked at how much money we have, no? 26 billion pesos. And the way I see it, if my people are not honest, I won't be able to use this money well. It will just be misused. So my number one determination, like I promised President Duterte, give me the first half of the year, first quarter. I'll clean up DNR, one strike out. We're already doing an NGP audit to find out where all the money has gone. And then when we see it there, they're out. I want fresh blood in DNR. Okay, on September, we intercepted 12 10-wheeler trucks, and the MGB director is now under investigation. We issued a closure order because the hydro generating plant was diverting water which should have been used for irrigation, so the Negros Penro was immediately sacked. We had a strike force apprehending 2,000 illegally cut wood, and the Senro and Penro are now under investigation. We have 10,000 board feet of illegally cut trees were found in a warehouse. The Senro was recommended for dismissal for meddling with evidence. I want to say very clearly that I know why there's war in Mindanao. It's because Mindanao is so beautiful, not a little beautiful. It's so rich in natural resources. And the people of Mindanao are not benefiting from the resources of Mindanao. And the fault is DNR. No? Because we've given permits and clearances and things like that not to benefit the people of Mindanao, but to benefit business interests. And this cannot be allowed to continue. So in that line, we canceled DMCI DACON of 38,000 hectares and canceled another DMCI IFMA covering 35,000 hectares for violations encroaching on our natural forces. In Sultan Kudarat, we apprehended 25,000 board feet of lumber. DNR employees are under investigation. Again, in Calamansag, there were 2,223 illegal logs were apprehended, and 6 DNR employees are instantly relieved. We issued a cease and desist order because this Chinese vessel was dredging illegally, causing 40 houses to collapse. And then even in Boracay, we have been able to give show cause order to 4 top-star hotels in Boracay because of effluent discharges. We issued a closure ultimatum to the dump sites in Negros Occidental for violation of the Solid Waste Act. I will have to add here that we have a very good relationship with the Environmental Ombudsman. He's also very, packed. He's like out. No? All right. We are doing what we can do in Laguna because of the President's directives. And there are some fish pen owners there that own 50 hectares of fish pens, 40 hectares of fish pens. You don't need all these hectares, but the commitment is to the poor fishermen. Okay, we've issued cease and desist orders to dump sites in Taytay, in Angono, and in Cavite. Okay, we have arrested this guy who was almost untouchable for 5 years because of the collusion with the PNP. He was building a subdivision in the mangroves. But the mangroves, what we have realized because of Typhoon Yolanda is the reason why the islands with mangroves, when Typhoon Yolanda hit, suffered 80% less damage, as in 80. And so we want to plant mangroves everywhere. In fact, our commitment is 300,000 hectares of mangroves throughout the country to save us, because climate change is a reality that exists. But we want to, okay, let me go into this. And then we serve notice to SMC Consolidated Power Corporation. This is the one of Ramon Ang because of an ash spill incident, and he's gotten his act together. So we have opened up a hotline, and our success rate of addressing the hotline is 92.6%. In good governance, we have filed a total of 146 cases, and it's still going on. Okay. Now, for land, what we're doing is, the problem here with ancestral domains is that even if you give it, they won't benefit if they don't have the money to invest. You have to help them and guide them and help them all the way to the end. So DNR has signed a memorandum with the NCIP so that we get our indigenous people out of poverty. And I have made a policy in DNR that if we have land, the first people who should benefit from this land are the communities that are living there. Not people who are living overseas, and not military cooperatives, and not real estate brokers, but the people living there. And I've also made a policy that there's no need of taxes anymore in the beginning to get your titles, because they're poor. How can they, because they don't have the money to pay for taxes, so they'll never get their titles. And then what happens, they sell their rights, and somebody that lives, and I know of instances where people live in the States or Europe, and the land which is supposed to be used is just, people there are paying the taxes, and it's not being used for our people. So that stops now. Okay, the National Greening Program, 8 billion pesos of the money that DNR has is the National Greening Program. And again, I want to convert the National Greening Program to create economic zones throughout the country in record time. Okay, we're also going to rehabilitate 143 critical watersheds because water is life. And the scientists will tell you, but by 2030, we're going to have a severe water shortage. And it's already happening now. So what we're doing is we're going to massively rehabilitate it by planting bamboo. Oh, here, the bamboo is here. Okay. Anyway, we're planting bamboo because bamboo will protect the water resources. We're also, in the first year, what we want to do is do 300,000 hectares of mangroves and beach forests on the first year. And we have the, where's Sylvia? I'd like to go, Sylvia, can you stand up? Sylvia Ordonez. Is Sylvia here? Okay, so Sylvia, can you stand up? All right, anyway, she's in charge of the mangrove and bamboo program, and we have already accessed the money to do this. Because the thing about DNR is we're not limited to the budget that the government gives us. Like for example, 2 days ago, I signed a contract with USAID to give us 1.2 billion pesos. There's so much money, and we're investing this in Palawan, in Tawi-Tawi, and in Zamboanga. It's a wildlife conservation, but we're going to do it such that it benefits the communities. On July of this year, I'm going to travel to try and access $100 million every year to help us with the bamboo and mangrove program. And that's why I'm saying this with courage. Okay. This, by the way, esteemed committee, is the largest mangrove forest in the country. And guess what? It's man-made. It's man-made. And it was the reason why Bohol suffered very few deaths and very little destruction. Because it had mangroves. So if we do this now, what I want to do is protect the country in the coming 6 years. And the thing with mangroves, it doesn't only protect, it also gives rise to business because you have seaweed, fish, crabs, so many things. And then I'm going to work, they have already agreed, DOST, to develop technology to do vacuum packing, to process the fishes that are there. And then we package it. And the thing with the poor, the problem with the poor is you have to help them all the way up to marketing. You can't just give them land. You have to help them develop the products. You have to help them all the way up to marketing. And DNR is going to do that through NRDC. NRDC, headed by Sylvia, is a Natural Resource Development Corporation. It's the GOCC under DNR, which is mandated to do business. I come from a business family, you know, and I know that you just can't give money like that. What you want to do is invest and then help the communities make money and then help them